All right. Members of the culture, I'm Ra, so humbly, and you are here. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the greatest podcast that nobody knows about yet. Catch the fade. And so, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Hope everybody's doing all right today. Everyone on the sound of my voice. As always, I thank you for listening to a ball guy on the internet. You could be doing anything else, but you're here doing that. And for that, I owe you my thanks. So thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to a ball guy on the internet. Shout out to all of my brothers and sister channels out there, all of the supporters that make what we do possible on a daily basis. Big shout out to my main man, Clever's Multiverse, and of course, as always, my good friend, Tony the Toy Rat. All right. So on to today's topics, folks, in here. What we catch the fade about? Well, the first fade we're going to catch is about movies. Shout out to my main man, Happy Mongoose Toys. If you've not shopped with the Mongoose, go to happymongoose.com. Please make sure you show the Mongoose some love there. That's a really good brother over there. Good prices, runs a good business, absolute salt of the earth, good human being, someone that you would be proud to do business with, someone that I personally have no issues with calling a friend. He's a good brother. All right. Definitely happymongoose.com. Got all your needs out there, and check out his content too, man. He's big into One Piece and a lot of anime stuff that I'm not on. Like, you know, it's something. If I ever decide to, because I never have time, but if I ever decide to jump into One Piece, which there's thousands of episodes in now, I'm always late to every party. But if I ever decide to jump into that, that's going to be the cat I catch up with because he's into One Piece and he's into a lot of anime. He's a good dude. I'll definitely reach out to him. But he just posted something earlier that made me think about it. He's posted before about it, but he talked about Captain America Brave New World and how much he enjoyed it. I think he wanted to give it like 8.5 out of 10. And I let him know that I personally went to see that movie as well. And I did enjoy it. Shout out to Anthony Mackie. And I don't really know why, to a certain degree, that movie got some of the hate, but some of the disrespect that it got. It's not a bad movie, not in my opinion. We all have our own opinions, right? So I'm not the be all end all. So don't let me tell you otherwise. Great raw merch, but don't let me, be the be all end all for you. You're an individual. You make your own decisions. But I can tell you that, I'm contractually obligated to get maximum Hulk and the premium DMA figures in every shot. And the hater of the year up there, you see him up there. Get him. But I'm contractually obligated to get them in the picture. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I personally enjoyed the movie. I don't know why I got the hate it got. I probably would agree with the score. I'd give it 8.5. I thought it was a good movie. I really did. Shout out to Anthony Mackie. Fantastic Captain America, man. Those some big shoes to follow, okay? Chris Evans is Captain America. You know, he did such a fantastic job. So that's a tough person to have to succeed in that. And I think he did a fantastic job. And he's to the point now that I see him as Captain America. And when he first got there, even though he did a good job, it's kind of hard for me to not see Chris Evans as Captain America. You know, everybody moves on, roll strings. That's just like, it was just hard, you know. But then I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and the more I watched, the more I liked it, and I was like, okay, I can see this. And on the whole, he's my Captain America. But I like the movie. I love the parts with Isaiah Bradley. I think he's spot on with. If the only thing the movie could have used to me a little bit more is Red Hulk, when I see people saying, "Oh, it wasn't enough Red Hulk." Well, the movie is called Captain America: Brave New World, not Captain America: Brave New World, Red Hulk. That's not what it's called. It wasn't Captain America: Red Hulk. It's Captain America: Brave New World. So the Red Hulk was in it, and I think actually there was just enough of it, right? There was just enough because in the trailers, that's one thing I did criticize Marvel about is they showed so much of it. So it was kind of not completely anticlimactic, but somewhat. When you saw him on stage, because saw him on the theater screen, because you had seen the trailers where they kind of gave away a little too much, just my opinion, but they gave away a little too much of him, so it didn't hit like it should have. Like, it didn't show everything. So obviously when, he was transforming, smoking and sizzling and coming out of his shoes, you were kind of like, oh, whoa, this is real. It was good, but I think that moment for me, it didn't hit as hard as it could have had I not seen it. So me myself, I try to take it upon myself. I know with Fantastic Four, I did this. I tried to avoid any trailers that I could. I tried to avoid anything so that everything would be as fresh and new as possible. I was already at a Galactus stand, so I knew I had to avoid everything. And I really enjoyed that movie as well. And I'll tie into that in a minute. But back to Brave New World, I enjoyed it. I think there was just enough Red Hulk in the film. And yeah, I agree with it. Also, that tied into what I was thinking about. I saw Thunderbolts, right? I didn't see it in the theater. I won't lie to you and tell you that. I did see it on Disney Plus. And in seeing it, I was like, man, you know what? This is actually a good movie. I mean, I didn't read really bad reviews. Most reviews I read of it were positive. Most of the critics seemed to like it or whatever. But it's just, I don't know if maybe, like I said, I don't have superhero fatigue. Maybe some people do. Maybe some of the critics that are reviewing these movies do or something. But I thought the Thunderbolts was a good movie. I loved Florence Pugh in it. And the guy, I can't think of the actor's name, that did Bob/Sentry, did an amazing job. I thought Sentry came across as a threat beyond threat, when they met in the lobby and, when he first, I guess before he kind of rebelled against Valentina and became when the Void kind of took over. Before all that happened, when he first showed up, had the dyed hair and met them and just immediately proceeded to beat the brakes off them folks. Like the Thunderbolts that was an ass whooping. But it was awesome. That was one of the best fight scenes that Marvel's done in a while. I enjoyed it. That fight scene with Thunderbolts and Sentry was grade A cinema. I mean, he easily was taking them out. But overall, there are themes of mental health, and I appreciate Marvel for being brave enough to step out on that ledge to kind of cover and tackle the subject of mental health. As you guys know, that's how this channel got started. So it takes a lot of courage to step out there. So even a company like Marvel takes a lot to step out there. So for them, I give them kudos for being able to do that and do it successfully for the most part, in my opinion. I enjoyed Thunderbolts. If I had to be honest with you, I think Thunderbolts every bit. I loved Captain America: Brave New World, but I probably would say Thunderbolts for me was about a 9. I mean, I enjoyed it a little bit more than Brave New World. And that's not a slap in the face, because Brave New World is a good movie. 8.5 out of 10 is great, but Thunderbolts for me was a solid 9. I loved it. Another movie, of course, I don't think I've done a review of it, but I did say, thank you to Matt Shackman about how he treated Galactus. But Fantastic Four: First Steps, great movie. Great movie. Loved it. 100%. Won't lie. Went into it biased because I was a Galactus stan. So as long as you did Galactus right and did justice by him, you were probably going to get a good score. But the movie was good. It was good. If in my honest opinion, it'd be easy for me to just come over here and just go, well, it's 10. No, I'm not going to give it a 10. I'm not going to do that. I'll give Galactus a 10. but no, the movie for me, I enjoyed it. There was definitely room for improvement, but I would say I would give it a 9.5. I did enjoy it. To me, I would give it a 9.5. I mean, it really, Matt Shackman did a good job telling that story. I look forward to where they're going from there with the Fantastic Four, because I know Galactus will be back with a vengeance. I don't know if Charlotte Ball will be back, and I loved Charlotte Ball. Shout out to Julia Garner. So I know she took a lot of flack in the beginning because people were like, "Oh, I thought it was going to be, they turned him into a woman." There's more than one Silver Surfer, ladies and gentlemen. There's Norrin Radd, which we all know and love, but there's also Charlotte Ball, and I think she did a fantastic job. So shout out to Julia Garner. But I don't know if she'll be back, and the only reason I don't know is because she knocked Galactus through that portal, and that by knocking him through that portal, she's over there with him, unless she somehow went somewhere else. If she landed where he landed, they are not about to have a discussion over milk and cookies. It's about to be a problem. It's because you messed up his whole plan. So I look forward to seeing where they go with the storytelling of what happened after that, as well as what goes forward, MCU speaking, with Galactus and Fantastic Four. Pedro Pascal, I thought he did a good job. as Reed Richards. You know, I had my doubts on whether or not he pull him off, but that version of Reed Richards, now I understand that he won't be the only one. We all love John Krasinski. I think his version will be good too. But I want to say that, yes, that's a spoiler. I think from what I read, I can't tell you what site it was at, but you know, the whole multiverse thing, you think it's over, but it really isn't. So Mr. Fantastic will be played by more than one person, is my understanding. But we'll see. I like John Krasinski, so I think he'll do a good job. He looks the part, acts the part. I think he'll do good. So his version of Reed Richards will be fantastic too. And we'll see where they go with that. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. Big fan of First Steps. I was a big fan of The Thing, the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing, Mr. Clobbering Time himself, as you guys know. There's a review coming soon. There's a review up on the channel right now of the 1/6 scale Wolverine from Sideshow Collectibles and Hano Studios. Please make sure that you go on to YouTube, to our channel, The Great Rye, and check that out. You can see the banner. It's right here on the bottom telling you to follow us. But I'm a big fan of the ever-loving blue-eyed Thing. He's right there. We'll be reviewing this figure here too. Probably when the whole family is together, and that's a little bit of a spoiler. But they were hard to find. I gotta be honest with you. Hard to get. I mean, at the beginning it was. But when the whole family gets here, and that is your spoiler, that means when Pedro Pascal, both Flame On and not Flame On, and human form of the Human Torch, as well as the Invisible Woman. When the whole family is together, when those other four figures, and Shia LaBeouf, when all the rest of those figures are together, it'll be like a group review. We talked about everybody at the same time. So there's your spoiler on that. We're going to do that as a group review. So it'll be First Steps figures, and it'll be one big review. Shia LaBeouf, Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, Johnny Storm, and Invisible Woman, along with the Thing. Right? So that'll be awesome. Keep your ears tuned. Keep your ears and eyes tuned to the channel for that. I promise you, you won't want to miss it. Put him back in place over there. Still going to be talking about the Gamerverse. That's coming soon too. Shout out to the Kingpin if he's listening. He knows about that. That's going to be going down. But yeah, that was my first thing, is I want to talk to you about some of the movies that were there and how I think we've gotten so jaded and used to things when it comes to these movies, and we just want to automatically say if something doesn't make $1 billion, it sucks, and that's not true. I know it costs a lot to make these movies, but a quality movie can be made for less than $250 million. It happens all the doggone time, and just because it makes $1 billion doesn't mean it's a great movie. It's both ways, you know. But those were good movies, the ones I just mentioned to you. If you haven't seen them, check them out. Take your time, please do it. And don't forget to check out Superman and my main man, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Oh my God, what an asshole. I mean, he is absolutely perfect in that role. From the stupid bowl haircut, his attitude just nailed it. So yeah, go check those movies out. And don't forget to check out the review I just stated. I won't touch the figure, you know, I have my gloves. So don't forget to go check out the review of the Hano Studios Wolverine, which is through Sideshow Collectibles, right? And the Hot Toys banner. This is a badass figure. So there's a review up on it. 1/6 scale, so it's giant. Go check it out, folks, on the channel. Let me know what you think. Next thing we want to talk about, and this one, boy, might get a little spicy, right? So we all know by now about that thing that went viral last year, where they asked the most unattractive male hobbies, and I think they've done it again since then, before they've updated it, and it caused a whole stir across the country, as well it should, because it was ridiculous. Just as ridiculous as that girl that had a problem going to Cheesecake Factory. Ridiculous. But we won't linger on that. But if this gets spicy, I want to apologize ahead of time. I'm not here to offend anybody, but if what I'm about to say, if you're this person, I'm talking to you. If you're not, don't worry about it, right? So, judging collectors and members of the culture. Okay? I'm very, very passionate about this. I'm not a fan of people judging collectors. I'm not a fan of people really judging people in general, but I'm not a fan of people judging collectors. So members of the culture. That's my catchphrase. I say I mean that 100% with every video where I say that, because that's how I view all of our subscribers and followers and everyone that is in this hobby. Whether, no matter what it is you collect, from die-cast cars to Funko Pops to action figures to Legos. The Lego community is included in this too. Shout out to all the Lego people. I myself, I do have a Lego. I'm not great at it, all right? But I did build one. I built the Speed Champion. There it is right there. Zoom, baby. Yeah, I built one. But nonetheless, everyone that is that's in this hobby, whether you do Legos, because you can collect those obviously, whether you build and collect Legos, whether you do Funko Pops, die-cast cars, action figures from premium all the way down to regular, whatever it is, right? You have a right to enjoy that hobby, and people should not be judging you for it, whether they're just making fun of you because they think that you're a nerd or a geek or weird or whatever. Man, stop it. Some of these folks are into rolling around naked on corn chips in beds. Who the hell are they to judge us, right? You know, they collect that. They'll go out and buy, and I'm not judging them by saying this, you know, they collect too, but they go out and, you know, they buy like 9 cars. Last time I checked, they had 2 feet. You know, they'll drive one at a time, but I ain't judging you, so don't judge me on my action figure. But usually the people that are judging are the non-collective people. Those are the people I'm specifically talking to, right? So if you are a lady out here, right, and you encounter a guy, you just see a guy, and that guy, you know, is into anime. If that's not your jam, leave that man be. You ain't got to judge him or criticize him, or if you choose not to date that guy because of that reason, that's fine. That's your personal preference. There are plenty of women that'll love a man that likes anime, and actually there are plenty of women that are into it. They won't just love and support the man that does it. They're actually cosplayers too. They're actually in anime too. You know, someone's in that realm. So you can have someone that loves that person and is into what they're into themselves, or they just love and support their partner, and that's perfectly fine. Either way it goes. So they say, hey, I watch anime because my partner watches anime. You know, it's cool. It's all right. He or she loves it more than I do, but it's cool. That's fine. Or you can have the person that's like, yes, we do it together. We're both anime heads. We love it. God bless both sets of those examples I just gave you. There's nothing wrong with that. But to the people that are out here shaming these people, saying, oh, you weirdos, you nerds, they're out here cosplaying as these characters, and it's not real. You, sir or ma'am, that feel that way, you can go do something with yourself. I don't want to get, you know, canceled or banned or anything, but that's just business. But you can go on about your business. Find a rock of your color and kick it down the street. Don't give a damn what you do, but leave us alone, okay? Because it doesn't make sense to me for you to go out here and judge another human being that's doing something that's safe and not harming you. If Jack likes to cosplay as Luffy from One Piece and he's at an anime convention downtown, what the hell does that have to do with you? Nothing. And you don't like that, that's your business. Okay, that's fine. Just like he's not harming you. If they're doing something that's safe, that's not bothering you, why do you care? Why do you care? You shouldn't. Just move on. If I see a click on a video and the video is not my jam, it's not something that I do or not something that I vibe with, something that I enjoy, I don't watch the video. I don't watch any more videos from that content creator. I don't watch any more videos of that type. I have the freedom to just move on. So everybody else has the freedom to do the same thing. And I think the world would be a better place if we did that. Instead of just going out and making these posts saying, I can't date a man who plays video games. Okay, great. You can't date a man that plays video games. Fantastic. That somehow I'm still gonna sleep tonight. I mean, that's your business. You know, you're free to post it. I mean, I'm not saying you can't. You probably shouldn't, but I mean, you're free to post it. I guess if you want to, you know, ward off any potential suitors that do the things that you don't approve of. So you don't want a guy that plays video games. You're letting them know up front, hey, that's not me. Okay, fine. Leave it at that. I got no issue with that. But to be out here to actively campaign and say, hey, I don't understand how a grown man can play video games. Okay, you can. Guess what? He probably can't explain it to you, but at the end of the day, that's not your man, boo. Okay? Then that's not the guy for you, so you move on. If you're a guy that says, man, chicks that like anime and dress up these characters, they're weird. That's not your woman, bro. That's not the girl for you. Move on. really not that hard, folks. And I say that as somebody that, now I don't cosplay or do anything like that, but I have friends that do, right? I have subscribers who watch or are probably watching this very video or will be watching it that do cosplay, that do love anime, that do like collecting figures. I love all of those people. Okay, I have no issue with them because those hobbies that they're doing, that culture's not doing anything to harm me or somebody else. So why would I have any issues with those people? Now, is it okay for you to have preferences on who and what type of people you want to date? Sure. I mean, is it okay for you on your social media to say, hey, I don't date this kind of person? Fantastic. Is it okay to just go out and attack a group of people because they have different ideas than you? No, that's probably not okay. Not in this sense. I mean, is it okay to go out and just attack some people because they like anime? No, it's kind of stupid. I don't think you should do that. Is it okay to go out and say that every man that plays video games is childish, or a man that collects action figures or Funko Pops or sneakers or whatever he collects is that, that's childish? No, if it's not for you, it's not for you. All right. I'm about to get off the soapbox with that, but I felt it important because I've recently seen it, so I had to say something. I said something in real life to somebody about it, in which I let that person know on uncertain terms that that's not cool to do. You can do that, but you can't do that around me. You're not going to sit here and shame someone that's a friend of mine for doing something like that. I mean, you can say whatever you want to privately, but I'm not going to stand there and let you just talk about him. If I'm talking about him like that, you're talking about me. We're in the same culture, So I had to step up and just say, look, if that's not for you, it's not for you. We move on, right? So that's my spiel on that, folks. Like what you like, enjoy what you enjoy, but don't go out and criticize others for doing something that's not bothering you, that's not against the law, that they're doing probably in the privacy of their own home or with other like-minded people in a public arena in an event. All right? Leave those folks alone. Join them or leave them the hell alone. That's how I see it. Now, my last thing I want to cover today on the topic is to be thankful. Now that I got all the spice out the way. Hate to be on the soapbox. I had to be thankful, right? I have to remind myself every day, and then recently I had to remind myself to be thankful. My man Clever's Multiverse said this in one of his videos, and he hit the nail on the head with this when he mentioned he doesn't really look at other people's collections like that because he's not a jealous person. I'm not a jealous person, but collectors can be not all of us, but sometimes it can be a fickle group when we're talking together, right? And we can get a lot of envy looking at another person's collection and say, man, I wish I had that. I will admire another person's collection in a sense. I'll look and go, okay, that was cool. Ooh, piece, where'd you get that? So on and so forth. And that's it, man. I leave it at that. That person that has a different collection than me, it's just that. They have a different collection than me. They might be into different things that I'm not into. They may have unlimited funds. They may be able to do whatever. Their collection is part of their journey, and that's them. My collection is part of my journey, and this is me. Your collection is part of your journey, and that's you. How you got there, how you collect, how you do all that. That's you, right? And it's not for anybody else, to figure out. And so I have to remember to be thankful a lot of times, all of us, to be thankful for the life we have. I have to remind us to be thankful as collectors, to be thankful for what you have. Your collection is a reflection of you, man. God was gracious enough to allow you to build that, to help you get to where you are, to have the things that you have. So you just say thanks sometimes, man. You have to remember to be thankful for that. I'm thankful for all my subscribers and all my followers, every one of you. I think we're up to 53 now. I could not be more excited for the 53 of you that are subscribed to this channel. I'm telling you, and I'm dead serious when I say this, thank you so much. I'm very appreciative to the 53 of you. I hope that number continues to grow. But right now it's 53. And those 53 mean the world to me because without those 53, there's no channel, right? I always say, without you, there's no culture. So thank you. If you're following me on Instagram, if you're following on Snapchat, if you're following on X, if you're following here on YouTube or TikTok, however you got to me, right? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Share it with somebody else. I'm so grateful for that. Now, you have to also be thankful, as I just mentioned, for your collection, for what you have. Not everything has to be premium. Premiums are awesome figures, but premium figures usually come at a premium price. As long as you know that, that's the cost of entry, and you know that before you get into the show and you can afford it, Go on in there and have a good time, young man, young woman. Enjoy yourself, okay? Enjoy yourself. That's what this hobby is about, man. This hobby is supposed to bring joy and peace to you and those around you. That's the purpose of this hobby at the end of the day. It's a culture of people, like-minded people enjoying something, right? So be thankful for what you have. If you can do premium, fantastic. If you just do regular, fantastic. If you're blessed enough to do both, fantastic. Please do that. And lastly, slow down and appreciate what you have. And that doesn't just go to figures, but that goes to life in general. Slow down. They say stop and smell the roses. I didn't know what that meant when I was younger, but I mean, I definitely learned it as I got older. But stop and smell the roses. Like, slow down and appreciate it, man. Like, if your collection is where it is and it's not where it's not where you want to be, you have to understand that. When I mentioned this in the previous video, that collecting is not a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's an endless race that you run at your pace. That's what it is. Plain and simple. It'll never be over. It's endless. You know what I mean? Like, my man Spud Multiverse said that in one of his videos. And we tell ourselves the biggest lie collectors tell themselves is, oh, it's just one more figure. Just one more figure. I know right now that there is a woman listening to this video that her boyfriend has said, oh, babe, it's the last one. This next figure, I complete this line and I'm good. And that woman has rolled her eyes like a slinky going down steps. And you know what? And I understand, because that is a lie. We tell ourselves that. Every now and then, sure, could it be true? It could be, but it's not likely. I mean, I doubt it. But in most cases, at least the people that I know, that's not true. That's why it's a lie that I don't ever tell. I recently posted that meme of Deontay Wilder when somebody said, you still collect action figures as an adult? And he goes, to this day. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've always said in other videos, you put me in the ground in the box, this is who I am. And I accept that. Own what you into, so that way nobody can use it against you. Shout out to Izzy Dre for that. But definitely it's true, man. I'm in the collector lifestyle. I've met some amazing people. It's allowed me to do things that have enriched my mental health, my life, in ways I could not imagine. It's brought joy and passion and brought a safe space for me and countless others. It's given me a safe space and has allowed me to create a safe space, being this YouTube platform, for others to come in, like-minded individuals, to have a safe space where when they meet the occasional jackass that's judging them for collecting whatever they collect or cosplaying or doing Legos or whatever it is, where there's no judgment. I created a safe space because this hobby created a safe space for me, so I'm returning the favor tenfold. So folks, please make sure you do those things. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me today. Stay tuned. There are more surprises coming. There always are. And I want you to know, again, I can't say thank you enough for those of you that have taken the time to listen, to follow, to share, subscribe, to tell somebody else about what we're doing here. It means the world. I mean, I'm telling you right now. I mean, that's why the YouTube, the shorts we do, we enjoy it. It's funny. It's content, man, and we enjoy it. We really do. Here at the channel, we all like it, and it's something else, this hobby. I promise you, I wouldn't do it if I didn't like it. I wouldn't. It's great for mental health, but I promise you, I would not do it if I did not like it. So for those of you that if you're not sure about what you should be doing when it comes to collecting, is this for you or not, take your time, talk to other collectors, talk to other non-collectors, find your circle, ask them. But at the end of the day, the best person for you to ask is yourself, the guy or the girl in the mirror. Ask that person, hey, is this what I want to do? What do I get out of this? That's where you're going to find your answers at. Pray about it and seek those answers, and you'll get them. It's important. It's truly important. If you're doing anything that's supposed to be a hobby that you don't enjoy, you probably don't need to be doing it. That's about the best 2 cents I can give you on it. And I damn sure enjoy my hobby 100%. That's how I de-stress. That's how I get away from when the world bears down on me. That's where this is my safe space. Gaming too, because I do game. But this culture is my safe space, and I need it. I promise you, I need it to survive. I will not lie to you. As tough as the world can be on a daily basis, it can be fantastic, but it can also be a huge weight to bear when you have to consider the climate of the country, the climate of the world. Sometimes, it's not all peaches and cream. I wish it was, but it isn't. You have good days, you have bad days. But at the end of the day, your safe space is your safe space. And here, is a safe space. It was from the minute I created it. It will be forever until I'm gone. I will see to it. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in and joining me here for another episode of Catch the Fade Podcast. We caught some fades, got a little spicy, but we ended on a positive note as we always do, because we're all about positivity. So until the next time we meet again, thank y'all so much for watching. Please remember, don't forget to like, share, comment down below. Keep it classy. Follow and subscribe. As you see the ticker telling you right there, follow the Great Ra on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Very important. Look, that's enough plugging. Thank y'all so much for joining me today in all seriousness. Until we meet again, God bless each and every one of you. Please continue to watch the channel and subscribe. We have more videos coming this week. I promise you, there's videos that I can't talk about it, but trust me, if you're watching, there's going to be every single day coming up here. We're already ahead of the game, and that's all I can say about that. So until we meet again, ladies and gentlemen, please continue to stay collecting. Please continue to stay tuned. And above all, please continue to stay great. We love you. God bless you. And we'll see you all on the next video. Peace.